I'm so frustrated. It's not funny. Okay. Action. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is GRWM and thank you for clicking on this video. So today I will be sharing a very detailed video on how I do my natural everyday makeup, which usually does not include eyelashes or eyeliner or none of the crazy stuff. So if you are interested in seeing how I got this look, keep watching. So before we begin, I have to let you know, skin prep is absolutely necessary. Make sure you have clean and properly moisturized skin before beginning. The next step is eyebrow grooming. So for this step, I use the Brow Freeze Gel to set my brows in place for that feathered and natural brow look that I was going for. Now, I would strongly advise that before filling in your brows, shape and pluck them to your desired look. You'll never get the look you want with ungroomed brows, unless of course you're going for a more messy look, but even then, there's still some grooming required for that desired look. Now, the thing with the brow pomade is that although it works well, it's kind of oily. This keeps the brow pencil from actually showing pigment when being applied on top of the brow. So to get rid of the oil, I pat my brows down with translucent powder, and you can see what it looks like with and without the powder. To be clear, your eyebrows are one of the most important parts of your makeup routine. I mean, it literally shapes and frames your face. If your brows look bad, your whole look is probably going south from there. So be very precise and intentional with your brows, even if you're going for a more natural or messy look, because trying to look effortless actually requires effort. When it comes to filling in the brows, as you can see, I'm not literally drawing them on like how we used to do. I'm simply mimicking the natural strokes of my brow hairs, and for the front, I use a softer hand so that the strokes aren't too harsh. After perfectly filling in the brow, the next step is concealer, which is also a very important step. Concealer under the brow helps shape, lift, and define the brow. If the application or concealer shade is off, then it could very well ruin the brow look that you've already worked so hard on. So for precision's sake, make sure you have a flat brush, and also make sure that your concealer shade is no more than 2 shades lighter than you. As I'm applying the concealer, I'm making sure to be light-handed with the product because a little goes a long way, and I'm also dragging it down because it helps with the blending process and it keeps the product from packing up directly under the brow too much. So for the blending process, some people like to use a beauty blender or a sponge, which is your business, but I highly recommend using a buffing brush because I can't really explain it, but the outcome is so much better and it's so much easier to get that area directly under the brows to look how you want it to look. So the next step is face. As you can tell, my face is very oily and shiny. So once again, I use the Fenty translucent blotting powder to get rid of the oil. For foundation, I use the NARS Soft Matte Foundation, and to be honest, this is my favorite foundation now. It's not thick or heavy, which is very important for me because I don't like feeling like I have anything on my face. It's not too matte either, so even people with dry skin would love it, and it leaves room for a little bit of dewiness, which is perfect for summer. And the color match is so great, plus it does not oxidize. For my under eye concealer, I use the same concealer that I use for my brows. Once again, this is unexplainable, but I learned that applying my concealer with a small buffing brush gives a better look than using the traditional applicators. I think it's because it gives you more control and it doesn't give much of a harsh line. I bought this really cute blending sponge from TJ Maxx because I figured that it would be really good for under eye concealing, and I don't know, it was just cute. But it really sucks. Instead of blending, it literally picked up and absorbed the product from under my eye. So I switched back to using the same buffing brush I've been using this whole video, which never fails me, obviously. Typically, when I want a bit of a brighter look, I apply concealer that's a little bit lighter in my inner corners and let it spread through blending. That way, it's not too harsh. Make sure you blend that area on the side of your nose. People tend to forget that area, which is bad because when someone's looking at you from the side, they can see your unblended concealer and you look like a whole different person. So I finally made use of my little sponge, using it to apply my Laura Mercier setting powder. Typically, I don't bake, I just press it in. However, this time, I kind of did both. I pressed it in, but also left a sheer amount on top without pressing it in, if that makes any sense. For my contour, my camera did die. However, I really wanted to show this technique I learned with nose contouring. So basically, you apply the contour from your nose all the way into your eyelids. And to avoid struggling with applying this contour like I did, if you have the Fenty Matchstick, try using a brush to apply it. Also, make sure to blend your contour in a small circular motion for a better blend. It ultimately gets rid of any harsh lines. So I'm applying the Laura Mercier setting powder on my forehead, chin, and under my cheek contour, but this time I'm using a darker shade, which is the medium deep shade, and I do this because I don't think it's necessary for all these other areas to be as bright as my under eye. This next step is one of my favorite steps. I love applying bronzer. There's like a thrill in putting color back onto your face, you know? Plus, it's like one of the finishing touches, so I just apply bronzer on the places that I've already contoured. And then I use my Bare Minerals powder to really bring everything together and also blend out that setting powder I had under my eye. Now for blush, I really loved this Kylie blush, but I'm seeing that it's a bit too pink and too light for me. So I went and I got some new colors and a new brand, in which I'll show in another video. And for highlighter, I use the Fenty Highlighter Duo, the side that doesn't really have shimmer but is more glowy and bronzy. I've really been shying away from shimmer in highlighter lately. I tend to go for a more glowy look. So next, I kind of just do the finishing touches, mascara, lip liner, lip gloss. And to be honest, guys, I have not mastered applying lashes because of how curly, short, and unruly my natural lashes are. I either get lash extensions or I just pop on some mascara. Speaking of mascara, I have this little trick for when you get mascara on your skin. So when this happens, let it dry and then use that little tool that everybody usually throw away to rub it off gently. So lastly, I just line my lips and apply one of my favorite nude lip glosses. A lot of people have been overlining their lips lately, and I tried it, but it doesn't really look that great on me. So take that as a lesson. Don't be afraid to try new things, but ultimately do what works for you. And that's literally it, guys. This is the finishing look. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a really good time, and I hope to see you in the next video. Action. Thank you for clicking this. Do I need like a mic?